Everybody in this music business needs access to do more. But the problem is most of you are not actually utilizing the connections that you already have, the network that you have, and you're moving slow because of this. But you shouldn't be in this position if you have a goal, because people who have goals have ambitions, and ambitions and goals create drive to move forward. So therefore, you'll work on things like managing those relationships. So it won't be you having an issue of not knowing your connections. Now, I know this because simply I was great at networking and I would get all the connections that I need. The problem was relationship management with me. All right, now I'm going to show you some key ways to make that relationship management a little bit easier, and it gives you the thrust that you need to move forward. Coming up right here on the Music Money Makeover Show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Music Money Makeover Show. My name is Casey Graham. Let's hop right in and make these connections come to life for you. So you want to make a list of all of your connections. List anybody that can be of use to you in your phone or social media contacts, preferably people with whom you've already made a connection within the last 12 months. Those are the people who you want to make a list with, not anybody, unless you already know them and it's been like 2 years and y'all still talking, just all of the most recent connections that you have. And then you want to find a resource to fulfill your current needs. This is big because this is going to kind of, placate on the goals that we've been working on, over the last month or so on the channel here. So out of that list, we want to figure out who can fulfill your immediate needs in 90 days. And then we want to make a secondary list of needs for, a need in 6 to 12 months. We want to focus on the immediate need first, and I'm going to show you why in a minute. And then we're going to hold that secondary need for after getting the immediate need completed. Now, what do your resources need? Because this is key. Reach out to all of your connections and drop them a message saying, hi, just checking in. Let me know if there's anything you need or how can I help you. But what you don't want to do with the response is put yourself in a position to actually do the work for them. You don't want to do that unless it's something you can just knock out and get done. If you find out what they need, you can begin an exchange strategy for what you need. So your goal is to get your need fulfilled first, obviously the immediate one. And then after that happens, you still want to respond back with, hey, look, thank you for that. Let me know what I can do or if there's anything I can do to help you. You want to make sure that you are open to exchange. And they say, no, that's cool, man. I'm just helping you out. Great. All right, let's keep it moving. Right? Because we don't want to pile more work on ourselves. We want to move forward. But you always have to understand that there's going to have to be some type of exchange happening. And what they were doing was paying it forward. All right. Now, if we go back to our 6 to 12 month need goal, you can also ask them after they helped you with the immediate need. You can say, hey, by the way, do you know also blah, 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 or how to do this, or anybody that can do this, that, and the third? And if they don't, cool. But they may be in a position to say, hey, man, okay, look, I do need something, right? Because they're going to think about something that they need once you come back that second time. So be prepared for the exchange strategy. Now, how can these resources help me overachieve my goals? Well, tell them where you're going next and see if they have an open door. If they do not have an open door behind your immediate need, then you now know the strength of your connections. Like, this person is cool for this level, but they're probably not going to be around when I get to the next level. And that's just what it is. So if they can't help you with that 6 to 12 month goal, they probably won't be around for the immediate needs that you need once you start moving really fast, like this guy up here. You get what I'm saying? But it's okay. Now, where the connection runs out is where you will find your next level. Now, just beyond the ends of your connections is where the next level is, which means you need to start preparing for it now. If you can see it, then you can achieve it. So seeing is kind of like this guy that you see running up these steps, right? He can see in front of him with these regular eyes, but his vision is way ahead of this. Like, he's like 2 steps ahead. He can only see the 1 step in the physical ahead of him, but 2 steps ahead is where the vision is. So if he can achieve this step right here that he's stepping on, then he already knows that 2 steps ahead, it's going to happen. I just have to keep shooting for that. It's like the carrot being dangled in front of you, like this bird. He can never catch this bird. You see what I'm saying? So if you can see it, then you can achieve it. If you can have the vision for it, you can achieve it. So wherever the connection runs out is where you will find the next level, because it's going to be inevitable. All right. Now, what if they don't respond? Well, I mean, they're not really a connection if they don't respond. You get what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. What about the connections I have that don't meet my needs or I don't meet theirs? Well, if they can possibly meet a need later, then keep them warm, but do not do anything heavy with them, which means you don't want to waste time with someone who can't fulfill an immediate need for you, because we're all about moving forward. It doesn't mean that, you blow them off completely and get them out of your life. It's just like, hey, I have to utilize talking with you in leisure time and not in my focused time of moving forward. That's all it is. So now when you build this list, you can really see who's about helping you or who's about forward movement in general. If they have that type of attitude, then it's going to work. Now, does this really work? Well, only if you want it to. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't make the list, if you don't list out what you need right now, what you're going to need in the immediate future, if you don't list out all the connections that you have and really see how big your network is so you can see what you need to work on, then it won't work. So it only works if you want it to. Now, you're going to need something to handle these next connections. And I'm going to talk about it in a minute, because here are all the connections you'll need when you complete this course that I'm going to talk about in a second. You're going to need connects at BMI and ASCAP. And eventually you'll want to get a representative there, especially if you start making a lot of money. Okay? Then you're going to need a connection in the form of an attorney, a lawyer, or a paralegal. Somebody's got to draft your stuff for you if you don't want to pay the expensive cost of an attorney, or lawyer rather. And then you got to have an attorney if you got to go to court. You're going to need a Spotify connect. You're going to need an Apple Music connect. You're going to need a Pandora representative. You're going to need your front desk receptionist at your virtual office. You're going to need indie street execs that can move some product for you in terms of songs and beats and whatever. You're going to need editors, graphic artists, all of this stuff. But you need all of these people really after this fact, because if you bring them on too early, then your business will start to crumble in some certain areas. Notice I said business. Check it out. Now, in order to support the connections that I just mentioned that you'll get once you build your business, you're going to have this foundation in place, which many of you all do not have a foundation in place to grow from. All right. If you bring these connections on, like I said earlier, if you bring them on too early, things will start to crack in what little bit of, support you have to hold everything up. You really want to be set to move forward. And this is how we're going to do it right here. So setup is going to be a breeze with this thing. 60-day framework. We're going to talk about setting up the LLC with the bank account the correct way and getting everything you need the correct way, step by step. We're going to get that distributor that you need. We're going to set up your publishing division, and we're going to get the international and domestic royalties, performance and mechanical. Cutting out the middleman, keeping your 15%. And this, I'm going to show you my exact methods of getting it done. Because be honest, are you really going to make your dream of having that $1 million record label come to life without structure? Think of how quickly you'll be able to confidently sign artists, or for you to bring on investors for yourself. You're going to have it all there in pocket, ready to go. And it's just $275. That's it. Or 5 easy payments of $55. I'm building this for the creators. I want the creators to succeed. I want the new music execs to succeed in this business, and you're going to need a real foundation for your business to actually succeed. Book a call with me after you're done with the course so we can develop a strategy for you to move forward. Because after you have the foundation, we need goals, strategies, positioning, direction. All that stuff has to be done. Okay? All of that has to be done. Grab the free stuff below if this is your first time watching the channel. All in all, if you make the list, the immediate list, the 6 to 12 month list of everything that you need, and you make the list of your connections that you already have, we can see what we're missing, and therefore we can build a more robust music network for us to succeed. That's the whole goal. Now, if you stick with what you have, you say, I'm kind of introverted too much to network, and I just strictly want to do it on social media, you're going to move very slow through this thing. I'm telling you right now, you might have a viral hit, and then from there, you won't know anybody to go in the right directions when that happens, because you will take anybody that comes into you saying, hey, I can help you. Hey, I can help you. We don't want that. We need to really realistically look at what we need so we don't fail at this next opportunity that you're going to get. All right, music money makers, if you make music, you should always make money. Jump into the 60-day record label course right down below. Grab the free stuff right down below. Book a call on musicmoneymakeover.com, actually right down below. And I'll see you next time. Peace.